When we all saw Grindhouse, we saw a fake trailer for a movie called Machete, and we all stood up and said in unison, that should be a real movie. And what do you know? Dreams do come true. Machete. Now, Machete is some good old-fashioned mexploitation starring the baddest ass-looking hombre. If there is ever a guy who looks like he has actually ended lives in real life, it's Danny Trejo. He's been double-crossed and left for dead, now he's gonna take out the people who tried to screw him over. Makes sense, who wouldn't? And of course, you gotta throw in those real-world controversial issues. In this case, it's illegal aliens. Something tells me the Arizona jokes are just getting started. Now, I absolutely loved the first 5 minutes of this movie. It had that shitty Grindhouse-looking feel, you know, with the fake film scratches on it, like Grindhouse had. And I won't lie, I was absolutely hoping that Machete would have that, and it did for the first 5 minutes. After the first 5 minutes was over, they went away. But don't get me wrong, the movie still does its job really, really well. I just wanted my shitty Grindhouse scratches. I mean, is that too much to ask? And throughout his quest, Machete gets a couple of friends like Michelle Rodriguez and Jessica Alba, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on the Jessica Alba romance thing. Generally speaking, Danny Trejo looks kind of like Marmaduke after a 7-year meth binge in the state penitentiary. Jessica Alba might just be out of that ballpark. But screw it, it's Machete. You cannot take this movie too seriously. If you remotely take this movie seriously, Danny Trejo is gonna jump out of the screen and personally slap you. Which is really funny coming from the guy who hated Piranha 3D. But Machete just did the exploitation better. Because in this world at least, scary badass Mexican bastards trump fish every time. Cheech Marin's in it, who plays a priest with guns, which I'm not gonna lie, makes for a pretty sweet scene. And the baddies include Robert De Niro as the state senator, Frank Lapidus from Lost, who plays, what does he play? A rich guy? He plays rich guy, but the rich guy who screwed over Machete. Big mistake. And Aikido master and Sheriff Steven Seagal's in it, which does he play a Mexican in this movie? I don't know if he plays is he supposed to play a Mexican? That would be weird. And yes, we cannot forget Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan is in this movie. Sorta. She plays a coked out whore who runs a porn website who's half unconscious for the entire movie. What range she has in her acting ability. She probably didn't know she was being filmed at all. It's just all from hidden cameras in her house and they just spliced the footage in. So all in all, Machete's a lot of fun. It does feel a little long for some odd reason, but I mean, for the most part, it's exactly what you want a Machete to be. So I would say it's a good time, no alcohol required. But if you do happen to get a hold of alcohol, it'll probably add to the experience in a very good way. Yeah, and now it's a party. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, then click right here to see more.